I want to get rid of. Oh, come on. And I'm going to close that. That's what I'm seeing. Do you see our video?
I don't see us.
I don't see us either, Jesse.
Oh, yeah, no, I do.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's you want to share onto your wall, Brandon?
Yes.
You got that? Where is mine? I am missing this live chatter. Look I still don't have it.
Levi, it's right there.
Got that? Where is mine?
I want to share
missing
there.
This live chatter.
There we go.
I still don't have it.
Done.
Levi, it's right there. Where is mine? Okay, there we go. Let's get rid of these masks. We've been wearing these for days. Oh, that's better. Although yours is very pretty, covered in rhinestones.
Yes.
More on that coming up. Hello, welcome back to You Asked For It. Levi Cox here. My special guest, Brandon Sant. Hi, Brandon.
Hello.
I can't believe you've never been on the show before.
I know, I'm very excited.
So, before we get into some fun, light topics, we're going to do some housekeeping. I just want to say thank you for everyone. I got your messages. I know you missed the show, and I am back. I just needed to take the summer off, listen to my body, listen to my brain, listen to my heart, and I just needed a little bit of downtime and some, a little reflecting and stuff over the summer. So, I've taken a break. And I feel fresh, and I am back. All right?
It's great to have you back.
I'm excited.
Mondays were a little lonely.
Well, because Brandon, you moved here from Calgary back in June?
The end of June, early July.
So Brandon used to be from here, but had been living in Calgary. But I know you kept in contact, especially during COVID, with my weekly radio shows.
Yes, I love it.
Now you're on it. Lucky you.
Yeah.
We're going to do a little bit of housekeeping and things going on in Lethbridge, and then we're going to talk about our Simple Life road trip and explain what that means to us. So Brandon is a stylist at Catwalk, so we're living downtown in Lethbridge, Alberta. And, we're not living together, but living close together. But we work at Catwalk, and I don't know if you've been downtown lately, but it is...
a hot mess.
We are so excited that 3rd Ave in front of Catwalk is the first part of this road construction. If you're confused about it, it is a beautifying project in the downtown, but most importantly, it's replacing water pipes that are over 100 years old down 3rd Ave. It's a huge project. Initially, do you remember, it was supposed to be closed April 2020 till April 2021, all of 3rd Ave. So we're happy it is not that, and we're happy to be the first part of this project. So, anyway, it's hard to find parking downtown right now, and...
it's going to be really worth it when it's done.
Yeah.
But, we're getting our steps in every morning when we come to work. And when you get your hair done at work.
I kind of call it the rat trap or rat maze because you got to go through so many cages and look for the cheese. But when you find that cheese, like the stores on our street, like Catwalk and the Vitality Clinic and Shanghai and Tacos Made in Mexico, it's worth it. So Foster's. So thanks for supporting us through this construction.
Yes, it's not easy, but it's going to be so worth it at the end, and we're so lucky that we get to be the first chunk of it.
Totally. One of the things that's going to happen is they're actually going to inlay the Pride Crosswalk right at the corner of my house. I'm so excited. And my business. It was where the first ever Rainbow Pride Crosswalk in Lethbridge was painted, and they're going to line it into the asphalt, and it'll be permanently there, and I'm so excited. And then next to it is going to be a permanent trans crosswalk. So Lethbridge, way to go. I cannot wait to unveil that and see that. So that is also part of the project and something dear to our heart and Lethbridge Pride Fest heart. Speaking of Lethbridge Pride Fest, we just had our AGM. I'm finishing off my term as vice chair for the 13th Lethbridge Pride Fest. And it's your first year.
It's my first year joining the board. I'm pretty excited. I've volunteered before, and I definitely attend every year, if not every second year.
So you're a director now on Lethbridge Pride Fest. So welcome to Lethbridge Pride Fest.
I'm very excited.
We're excited what you bring to the table. Brandon is also a very talented drag queen. Austin and I would say are
foster daughter.
Our foster daughter, Brandy Jane. And we are so grateful to have you in Lethbridge. And so we got some exciting ideas about some Brandy Jane drag shows. So after going to Calgary Pride and this weekend up in Calgary at some drag shows, we actually have some pretty good ideas to have safe drag shows locally in Lethbridge. So definitely stay tuned to that. We'll have to have Brandy Jane and Chrissy Cox on a special episode of You Asked For It.
That'll be epic.
To promote our first drag show here in Lethbridge. So anyway, congratulations on the board.
Thank you so much.
And a big congratulations goes to Lane Sturr, who has been a regular on the show, for getting president of Lethbridge Pride Fest this year. And we really want to thank Jessie for being a great leader in 2020, which was a challenging year. So, Jessie, great job with Lethbridge Pride Fest. We're so sorry to see you go. We know you'll still be an active member. And congratulations to Lane on being the chair for Lethbridge Pride Fest 2021.
I'm so excited to see what this year brings.
Totally. Now, I got to do a little shameless promotion because we've been working really hard in this downtown during COVID. All the businesses are doing their best, and we just really want to encourage you to support local and all your local businesses that are, trying to see light at the end of this tunnel of this crazy year. And just to say a couple of things that Catwalk has done behind the scenes, and I want to share with you if you haven't seen it on our social media. Catwalk Salon Spa is a full-service salon spa, and we are now offering direct billing from our RMT with a whole array of massages and techniques. So she is just fantastic. I'd love for you to come on down and direct billing.
It makes it so easy.
Yeah.
She did my first massage ever, and it was absolutely incredible. I couldn't believe it.
That was your first massage ever?
My first massage ever was done at Catwalk in like a month ago.
Oh my gosh. Now you got to regularly use those Catwalk benefits.
Seriously. And it's direct billing, so it's the easiest thing you can do.
I love it. All right. Not only that, but we are now open 6 days a week. We did go down to 5 days a week after reopening for COVID, but we've gotten to a point where we now have our staff and team back, and I want you to know we are 6 days a week, open Mondays again. And to top it off, something I've been talking about for about 2 years, again, COVID threw one more frickin' wrench in this one, but we have online booking.
Oh, and it's so easy too.
So we entered the 2000s and 15s up, I don't know. Yeah. But so happy to have online booking. It's so nice in the morning to go in and see you had 5 new online bookings done online, because when you're getting wine drunk on your couch and you think, what should I spend my money on because I can't go on a trip, you can actually get on the Catwalk app through our Facebook, website, or Instagram and book yourself a spa day.
It's amazing.
Yeah, treat yourself. And then come get a massage and have your work pay for it. So anyway, those are some major things I'm very proud of that we do behind the scenes rather than just creating beautiful hair. Brandon is an amazing stylist of 9 years, apprenticed to Catwalk 9 years ago. So happy to have you back in the folds if you're looking for a stylist, a color expert, makeup artist, barber extraordinaire.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. So it's been a really busy summer.
Very.
I don't know, we got some comments. There we go. Oh, I'm so happy you're watching. Hi everyone. Aw. I love it. So we got lots of our regulars back, so we didn't lose you for being off air for 2 months. We got a really funky background tonight. Thanks, Jessie. I don't even know what it is. I feel like I'm at a disco.
It's really fun.
But I like it. So, Brandon moved to Lethbridge, and you just hit the ground running.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
I got here and just started going.
Yeah, basically walked into a full clientele, and you've been really doing a great job. So we're so happy to have you on the team. Brandon asked me back in June if I'd like to go to a burlesque festival. So I was already nervous, thinking every festival in Canada has been canceled. So, yeah.
How can we do this?
And tell me about this.
So I have a few friends who work with Cabaret Calgary, and they were hosting a show in Golden. So it was supposed to be a 2-day show, and we took 4 days off, and we were really excited, driving out to the mountains, gonna see some burlesque dancers, which is something that I don't think you've ever really seen more than 1 or 2 performances of. So something different for you.
Yeah, and out of the city. I've seen burlesque dancers in between drag numbers, but never a whole burlesque festival. And we were really excited once we learned the rules they were putting in place to keep it safe. And it was also after the back to school rush. So we actually go through a little bit of a lull once the students get back in. So I was like, back to school rush is over, and now we're going to go to Golden. We had our hotels booked. But then last Thursday,
BC closed down their nightclubs and put restrictions back onto their restaurants. So unfortunately, they had to reschedule the events for just one night only in Calgary at the nightclub called Dickens, which they really did put on a good show, but it kind of threw a wrench into our plans.
Well, and I'm going to be honest, I always thought when you booked us this getaway to Golden, that was going to be our big road trip, our simple life road trip. I never thought it was going to happen because of COVID, but I never dreamed that BC was actually going to be rolling back the restrictions, and that's just something I don't want to see happen in Alberta. So that was a little disheartening.
It was a little disheartening, but we
want BC to stay safe, though, and yeah, that was the right thing to do. I still don't understand the bars and pubs and restaurants closing at 10.
Well, COVID gets worse at midnight. 10:30 and it just spikes.
We do joke about that at some of the local restaurants. We work late a lot of nights at Catwalk, and we're doing working till 8:39. You go to restaurants like, sorry, we're closing, and I'm like, okay, did COVID get worse at 9? Like, we don't understand that.
The last thing you want to do after being on your feet all day is cook dinner.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with that terrible show that kind of was at the beginning and forefront of reality TV, starring Nicole Richie and Paris Hilton. What was it called?
The Simple Life. And it was not terrible. It was iconic.
Well, I didn't like the show because they were quite rude to the people that they stayed at their houses and to the people they visited on their road trip. So Simple Life, they went around and sometimes took random jobs and stayed at people's houses. So we were just kind of pretending we were Paris and Nikki, and we were going to go on a wild road trip this weekend. So we're going to tell you about all the exciting things we did safely and all the wonderful, fabulous people we saw. And it's a wicked time.
It was so much fun, and we didn't even leave Alberta.
And we didn't have to be bitchy like Nicole or Paris.
No, we were nice to almost everyone.
Almost everybody. Oh my God.
Even each other.
So we actually drove in at 6:15, stopped at my house, freshened up, put on some cologne, even though you can't smell us. It's not smell-o-vision here. And we got ready for the show because, I don't know, it was ready.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
We got cute pretty quickly.
I did shave. Okay, so Friday night we had, because we had 4 days off, we needed to do something. So Friday night we went to Dickens in Calgary for the burlesque show, and we met one of our best friends, or one of our mutual best friends, who's been on the show. You all know and love her, Jacinda Larson. I know her mom Claire is probably watching right now. We love you, Claire. We love you, Jacinda. And Jacinda had never been to a burlesque show.
It was pretty awesome to watch her reactions to something new, and it was really, really fun.
I mean, they start off right off the bat with a lovely, lovely performer in a red latex corset, just
like
definitely burlesque. I'm not giving you the wrong impression. This is not strippers, but they are definitely taking off their clothes to really creative numbers and really creative outfits. And it was fabulous.
It really was really fabulous. The work that everyone put into their costume and into their numbers, and just the beautiful dancing and the variety of body shapes and types and colors. It was really quite magnificent. There was even some male performers that I know Levi liked.
I did like the male performers, but I loved all the female performers too. And I mean, I might even say some of them were non-binary.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say
it was like an all gender, all shape, all sizes show. It was really amazing.
Yeah, the hosts were great as well. The venue, I'd never been to Dickens, but don't ever order a double gin and tonic there. It was the worst drink of my life. I don't know if it was a quad. I don't know what was happening to that drink.
It was real strong.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite.
It's okay. We switched to vodka after that. And we made it out.
We made it out. So yeah, one of the great things about burlesque is it's really celebratory to all body sizes and it doesn't matter if you have a stretch mark or stretch marks or cellulite or you're frickin' the size of a toothpick. Like, there was all bodies and everyone represented, and I think that was the most empowering thing. Like, my friend Jacinda just kept saying, like, I could never do that. Like, their confidence is mind-blowing. And in a lot of ways, I think they were actually doing, not dissing any drag queens, but put a lot more thought and heart into their performances than a lot of the queens out there. I mean, these people are stripping down to their underwear, and I mean, we're talking down to pasties. You know, usually, and we got the whole Elvira moment, you know, one this way, and then whap, whap, whap this way. I did just throw in the word whap, and that's not what I meant. We were really impressed how those costumes stayed in place. And
it was amazing.
Yeah.
The engineering alone.
Because everything down there stayed in place, even though this was going everywhere, you know?
Like, it was beautiful.
So,
it was truly a work of art watching these people really express themselves.
And your friend performed.
Yes, and I had at least 2 or 3 friends performing, and my one best friend, Siobhan or Imogen Rouge, put on such a great show, and like a new number, I think, for her, and a costume she just finished making, and it was really, really beautiful.
Well, and we've actually had her down here at Lethbridge Pride Fest Casino show, and we'll definitely be asking her and some of her friends to come and share some of that dynamic dancing and body positivity and confidence here in Lethbridge. So I want to get involved. It was really good.
It was really great.
How can people find out about burlesque shows in Calgary? I don't think they'd had one for a long time. That's why I think there was so much effort put into these performances.
I believe so.
Because everyone was waiting for this festival in Golden. So they brought their A game to the show on Friday night.
It was really great, and I do remember them talking about it. The group that put on the Burlesque Festival is called Cabaret Calgary, and I think that they're going to start either, I think it was a bi-weekly or a weekly burlesque show at Dickens. So I think that'll be really cool, and like another way to like jumpstart some more like arts in the community. And the way that they have it set up is so safe, and you feel comfortable. It's not scary to go there. There's so much space, and it's
a great bar.
It's refreshing.
I mean, it's kind of scummy in a good way. Like, and I mean that in the nicest way. It reminded me of like the Maze in Lethbridge, but better. Or actually, over at the Lethbridge Lodge.
Oh yeah.
What's that called? What was it? I had my 40th birthday day.
Oh, Ezzy's.
It like Ezzy's.
It was kind of did have an Ezzy's
It's
feel
got an
to
Ezzy's
it.
vibe. I'm gonna say hi, Christopher, if you're still watching.
Oh, hi, Chris.
And yeah, I'm glad you're all tuning in. So I also want to say, Jacinda, props to you, because we started that show at
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. We finished like 1 a.m, and that was amazing.
It was really good.
So Jacinda was not able to drink. She's just doing her thing. So there was no drinking for Jacinda. So after the show, 6 till 1 a.m., Jacinda took us to Twisted Element.
What a great DD.
What a great DD. That's a double DD.
That was
after that burlesque show. I'm serious. On You Asked For, we talk about everything and anything. So yeah. So okay. Just we got 2 more days of this fast Simple Life road trip to talk to you about. Hope you're enjoying this. So I want to say at the tables at Dickens, it was masks on. If you got up to use the washroom or anything, then it was you put your mask on away from the table.
Yeah.
And they serve food. It was wonderful. And because I know you as part of my cohort, and we're very safe at Catwalk and with our work, so we know that we're limiting our people. And Jacinda works at the hospital in Calgary and also has to go through screening every day. So we felt very safe in our cohort even there, and I just want to say that. Because traveling around city to city from the first 4 days I've had off since, I don't know, May, it was it's scary to get out there into public, especially with cases on the rise. So that's why you got the new sequin. Show that off again.
Oh my goodness, look at this. I am so obsessed with it. I almost can't take it off.
He's like,
can I keep it on, please?
Can I wear my mask? That's a RuPaul quote. So at the show they were selling pasties, and it was really fun to go through all the beautiful handmade pasties that you could buy at the burlesque show. So we bought some pasties. Our friend Jacinda bought some pasties. You can check that out on my Instagram. There is we all got some beautiful pasties. We'll have to pull those out in one of our upcoming drag shows.
Definitely.
So it was very fun. So they were selling their merch. Who made all that?
Daisy DeVell.
Daisy DeVell makes amazing pasties, flowers.
And she made this mask.
Yeah, and rhinestone mask. You can find her on Facebook.
So good.
So then we go to Twisted Element, and if you guys are familiar with RuPaul's Drag Race, well, there was RuPaul's Drag Race Canada this year, and it happened during COVID, so it kept us entertained on TV, and it celebrated the Queens of Canada. Yes, it was a little heavily stacked from Toronto and from Montreal, Quebec.
There was a few. I think it was very Toronto's Drag Race.
Yeah, it was very Toronto's Drag Race. We wish there would have been a little bit more from Vancouver, and definitely some of our superstars from Alberta.
Seriously, there was no Alberta queens.
But we went to Twisted, and lo and behold, guess who we got to hang out with?
Alana Verley and Scarlett Bobo.
Scarlett Bobo and Alana were so great.
Like, they were the sweetest people.
They were, like, ready to have a good time, have a drink, have a selfie. They just, Scarlett Bobo was the runner-up for Canada's Drag Race. And, you know, of course, that's who we run into. And, of course, our friend RJ.
Keon.
Oh, God.
He was also there, working.
Sorry. I'm Keon. Oh my gosh. Okay. So anyway, we got to hang out. Who was that other beautiful queen we got to meet?
Oh, Mona Moore.
Yeah, Mona Moore. You are just a freaking smoke show, and you were so lovely. So a little added celebrity sighting after the burlesque show.
Yeah, it was really great, and like it felt really natural, and it was so nice. It was just like hanging out with friends. They were so sweet.
The only problem is, like, again, at the table, no mask, and when you leave the table, mask up to go to the washroom. If you are at a bar and you want to be flirting or cruising, or, you know, it's just really awkward with the mask. So I don't know, it's kind of put a damper on that, because most of my flirtations happen on a dance floor, and there was no dance floor. There is no dancing in Calgary, okay?
No, it's like the town from Footloose.
It is like a town from Footloose. So I don't know. The bar experience is a little different for me now that COVID has happened and you can't, like, go up and dance with people, because that's just such a freeing experience. So
it's very strange.
Yeah, everyone goes outside and smokes and kind of mingles.
Yeah, it's really weird.
But I don't smoke, so I don't get to do that. So I just, like, sit with a mask on. And if I stand up, the mask is on. So anyway, you'll be able to see these photos on our Instagram and Facebook pages tonight. We've already posted some, but we have more to post.
Yes, we have lots of pictures, if you can imagine that.
Okay, and then the next day we got up at our lovely checkout at Le Germain, my favorite hotel in Calgary, right at the Calgary Tower. I always like to stay at Le Germain, and I must say, during COVID, their prices have been a lot more friendly, a lot more competitive.
Yeah.
And they're just so great. They're like, Levi, you're back again, and just park your car, and let me help you with your bags. You really feel nice there.
It was really great. They really do work, like, have good hospitality, and, like, we're very excited to see you.
Brandon was a little bit shocked by the warm welcome we got at Le Germain. He's like, wow, I thought they're going to wipe your ass.
Seriously.
That's how we talk when we're together sometimes.
Yeah.
So I thank you for keeping it cute on TV.
I'm trying.
Brandon's one of my sassiest friends. So, okay. So the next day we got up at 12, and we checkout was at 12.
Yeah.
So we got out at like 12:37.
Yeah.
And they didn't seem to mind at all.
They didn't care at all.
And they actually rebooked us for Sunday night to spend Sunday night at the hotel again in the same room. So it was lovely. They didn't even have to probably clean it.
I don't think so.
They did, though.
They definitely did. It was really great. It was nice we got the same room too. It was like we just left our cozy little apartment and then came back.
It was great.
Yeah.
So then we were on the road again, driving through our favorite town, Ponoka, on our way to visit Austin. So we went up.
Who doesn't love Ponoka?
I don't know. I never actually visited Ponoka, but
Me neither. But we drove right through it.
We should go there next time.
We should. A Simple Life Part 2 trip to Ponoka.
Oh man, I just, it's like an infamous town. So anyway, we drove up to Edmonton to see Austin Francis Guy Walsh.
Oh, it was so nice.
It was so nice. So Austin was my co-host on You Asked For It since basically the inception of this show. And we miss Austin a lot. He's been on the show since, but Austin moved away in November. We're almost approaching a year. And we got to go visit Austin.
Oh, it was so great. And like, see Edmonton. I don't even remember the last time I went to Edmonton. And like, it was just so nice and like such a great city. I had no idea.
I actually got to say, this was my best trip to Edmonton I've ever had. So
Definitely.
Edmonton, kudos to you. You are alive, you are vibrant, and you are happening during COVID. I don't know what your case numbers are like, but your downtown was bumping. Well, White Ave. You hadn't seen Austin in a year.
No, I hadn't. I hadn't seen him since last August when I came for my summer vacation then.
Do you remember what we were doing last year when you saw Austin?
We definitely went floating down the river, and I think to a couple birthday parties and like a lot of social events. So it was a little different.
Back when we used to be social.
Yeah, when we were allowed to like hug people.
Oh, okay. So, but we were floating down the river a lot this summer because we couldn't get away, so we just floated every Sunday. That's why I couldn't be here on Mondays on You Asked For It, because I was like heat stroked and dehydrated. No, it was definitely for a mental health break, and I talk very openly about that. So, but we would float down the river, and last year we floated down the river with Austin in August. And what song did Austin sing? What
song didn't Austin sing? Like the whole Disney soundtrack. It was great. We did like Just Around the River Bend.
Beyond the Shore.
Some Reflection.
Definitely Christina Aguilera, Reflections. Yeah. Is that who sings that?
Yeah.
The Mulan song.
The Mulan song.
So Austin sang the Mulan song for us last summer, so I hope you're keeping up and are still interested in this conversation.
It's nice because every time we went floating down the river, we thought and reminisced about Austin singing as we rounded the river bend.
Austin also would sing on the radio show quite regularly, so we didn't get him to sing for us in Edmonton.
No, he got out free this time.
I can't believe I didn't pressure him.
No.
But I did make him cut my eyebrows. Twice a year, Austin needs to trim these eyebrows back. I need hair extensions in my real hair, but not on my eyebrows. That's a thing.
Oh, those grow fast. Long and
strong. So Austin bought a beautiful condo just off White Ave in Edmonton, and it was so good to stay at his house and see his place. It looked gorgeous. It felt very homey.
Very homey. I can't believe how fast that man works.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a full-on home, and he just bought it in the end of June or July.
Yeah.
Not long ago, and it's like painted and furnished. It's gorgeous.
Wallpapered.
Yeah.
Like new furniture. Austin, like stellar job on your home.
Honestly.
Spacious and great. Yeah.
It was wonderful and like so welcoming and such a great host. He made us breakfast.
With red velvet coffee and Baileys for breakfast.
Yeah.
That was nice.
It was. I had Red Bull.
I forced you all into some selfies and a little photo shoot on the influencer block on White Ave. Austin, though, took us out on White Ave. He hadn't been out a ton because he's working too, and everyone's scared of COVID. But the three of us together, again, we know that he works in a salon that takes it very seriously. And so we went bar hopping in Edmonton down White Ave, and that was a real great experience and really changed my mind about the city that Edmonton is.
I agree. I always kind of like when Austin moved there, I was like, why Edmonton?
I don't know.
Then I went there and I was like, oh, Edmonton.
Yeah, and I know
I'd go again.
I know it's still summertime, or like the weather was really nice this weekend, but we actually had some really great patio time.
Oh.
And I just got to say, like, I've become a fan of Edmonton.
Me too.
I don't know if it's like, when you're like in a small town or a city and you compare yourself to the other city, like, the rivalry of, what's this on Simpsons, Springfield and...
I don't know.
Well, they hated that other town on The Simpsons too.
Yeah.
But when I was born in Raymond, and it was like Raymond versus McGrath. So I don't know if it was like Lethbridge versus Calgary versus Edmonton versus Red Deer, but
I think so.
That thing that we do, it's so stupid that divides us. But Edmonton, you have it going on, and you have a great, vibrant downtown. A lot of independent stores, not chains, like. I don't know. It
was really cute, and a lot of so many interesting shops along White Ave. It was really great,
and everyone kept really on top of the COVID protocols without being obnoxious about it. And I found most people were really following the rules.
Yeah, it was easy.
It was really easy.
Yeah.
So, kudos to Austin in 36 condos he looked at.
I think something like that. Definitely. At least 34.
Yeah, it was in the 30s. Okay,
yeah.
So great job in location, for style, for place, for area. I mean, you just get to walk off your street and there's Tokyo street food. It was amazing.
It was amazing, and it's condo building looks like a resort. It was amazing.
It looks like a sitcom.
Yeah,
it looks like they filmed a sitcom in Austin's condo, so it's really cute. But also, we learned a secret thing: how to cut through this chain link fence and then jump across these train tracks and then go through another chain link fence and then you're at this really cute
that restaurant
MKT,
yeah, something like that, and it had a huge patio. It was wonderful.
It was like the Lethbridge train station, or an abandoned train station, turned into a huge bar. I was like, wow, this place is gorgeous.
It was really beautiful.
Yeah. And then there's these girls doing this weird speed dating thing at the table next to us, and they had this light up box and their cell phones are plugged into it, and then they met these guys across the bar and switched tables, and I didn't know if that was COVID friendly, but something was happening and I was curious.
It was interesting, yeah, definitely, especially whatever that was.
What?
We didn't ask, but I kind of wish we did.
Yeah,
at this point,
I wanted a light up box at my table that hooked me up to other tables with COVID masks.
Seriously,
it was very interesting.
It was very interesting.
But market was cool.
Yeah, I really liked it.
And the waitress just loved my jacket.
Oh, she loved you. She couldn't believe you went to Japan.
I had to bring that up because Austin and Brandon loved how much she loved me.
Yeah, it was really cute.
I think it took Austin about an hour together to remind himself of why space between us is good. Oh man, we had some good moments. We had some really good moments. Selfies.
My body hurts from laughing.
Yeah.
I think that's all we did, mostly this weekend, was laugh hysterically.
So I know you're all excited that me and Austin got back together. We are so excited to go see him on his home turf, celebrate his new chapter of his life. And I'm sad to get to go see his salon and his great friends, Kelsey and obviously Brenda, my bestie over there. And we didn't get to see them, but we're just really proud of everything you've done out there, Austin, and it's really great.
Definitely.
So just to bring the mood down, before we went pubbing, we got a FaceTime from my favorite cousin, Heidi Hicken. So, Heidi Hicken, I just want to tell you, thank you for all the gifts you gave us. And Heidi, you asked for it. And that's why we're doing You Asked For It tonight, because she wanted us to do You Asked For It. She's missed the show. She loves the show. My cousin Heidi Hicken, big sister to Penny Hicken and Maisie Hicken, two of my best friends and catwalkers, ex-catwalkers, and my cousin Mac Hicken. But Heidi Hicken out in Phoenix missed the show. She asked for it.
She asked for it.
And we are here. So Heidi, I hope you are tuning in to our show. Tuning in? Tunis. Tunising in.
Tunis.
Heidi and I made up a lot of sayings as kids. One of them is trude. So trude is like true but rude. So it's when you tell something to someone that's true, but it's a little bit rude. And then trad. It's true, but it's a bit sad. So we used to make up these words, and we like the word ridic. instead of ridiculous. We'd like to abbreviate things, so it would be like flippin' ridic. But she had some words for the lady parts and the male parts, like tunis and taunch. And now she claims that she is hearing these words across America where she's been living for a while. And she's like, we made that up in Raymond, Alberta.
Heidi Hicken is iconic.
That was your first time meeting Heidi?
It was my first time meeting Heidi over FaceTime. I've met Penny and Maisie many times.
And worked with them.
And worked with them, yeah.
So anyway, we really need these borders to get better. So Heidi Hicken, come
and be a guest.
Be a guest.
I asked for that.
Yeah, Brandon asked for that. So not only did we see Jacinda, Austin, but we got to see my favorite cousin Heidi Hicken on FaceTime, and that was so fun. We were literally dying of laughter with Austin, and it was good.
It was really good.
Yeah. So anyway, then we went to the mall on Sunday morning and went and hung out with Austin. We went to HomeSense. He got more fabulous stuff for his home, and we met one of my best friends, Neil Fisher. So if you're a Lethbridge person, then Neil Fisher is from Lethbridge, and he is one of my best toy friends, and we collect action figures, toys, and dolls together. Well, he doesn't collect the dolls, so sorry, that's me and Spencer, but Neil, you got to meet Neil.
Yeah.
He's not just someone who texts me and Instagrams me every day. He is real, and he is my friend, and it was great to see Neil as well.
Definitely.
He takes COVID very seriously.
Definitely.
He hadn't really been out of the house much, and it was a big deal for him to come see us, and I didn't even get to see his mouth except for at the very end when we said goodbye because he was covered up.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was nice.
It was really nice.
So there was something I wanted to say about Neil. Oh, just saying that this September 25th, this weekend in Lethbridge, it is the Comic Card and Collectibles Toy Show. Toy Friends, me and Siren Photos Spencer Jensen, will be at the Comic Card and Collectible Show on Saturday, this Saturday, at the Army Navy, selling our toys, action figures, dolls, and other nostalgia. So if you're looking for something to do on Saturday, come check out Toy Friends booth. If you need something, we'll be selling it.
That's so great. I'm so excited that they're still doing fun stuff like this.
I'm still shocked. I'm like, every time there's an event happening or a trade show, like the tattoo show last weekend in Lethbridge, I was like, how's that happening? This past weekend, it was Rib Fest. I'm like, how's that still happening? So I'm always shocked that we're still finding a way to have these things happen.
It's really great. It's, I think, very necessary to still have something to look forward to.
Totally. So we were out of Edmonton. I almost cried to say goodbye to Austin.
It was really hard.
I just need more time with you, bud. I love you so much. I wish we could like teleport back and forth. But we headed back to Calgary for, what was it?
Canada's Drag Race at the Drive-In.
It was so cool. So this was the first season of the first ever Canada's Drag Race. The performers from the show were actually doing a live drive-in show. It
was so different and so interesting, like fun, and it was like something I would do even if it wasn't COVID times.
Yeah, the way that they're finding a way to perform for us was really great, with like no singing and no groups. So we sat in our car. We were not late. We got great seats.
We made it there on time.
That's amazing.
Yeah, the show started late.
Yeah, but we were still there like really early.
Very early.
Yeah, we were like...
We weren't the end of the lineup.
Oh,
there was
my God.
A lot of cars behind us.
Okay, so we come racing in from Edmonton to go to this drive-in drag show with the cast of season 1. And guess what? We went to a gas station to wash the window of the car. They had no squeegees. So we pull up, and the window was so disgusting. All I had was Perrier.
Seriously, a grasshopper funeral. Like, it was horrible.
So I grabbed the Perrier, and I dumped it on the window, climbed on up, and I polished that window so we could see those queens.
It was beautiful. Yeah. The whole moment. Like,
yeah.
That was enough. That was enough of a show.
He really, really enjoyed me washing the windows of Perrier, getting those bugs off, and I did a great job.
He did do a great job.
More than just a pretty face, I'm a hard worker.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, we're going to tell you a little bit about how Canada's Drag Race performed in top quality for us. So, they had people walking around, and we bought hot dogs and popcorn right to our window. It was really cool.
It was really cool. It was really great.
And
just to have, like, be like at a drive-in.
Yeah, and they spaced the cars out so everyone had, it was like, you could see the screen.
It was
Plus
so
there was 2
nice.
mega screens.
Yeah, it was great because no car was directly in front of you. You had a little space.
I gotta admit, it took us a little while to figure out what they were doing. So, it started off with like James Bond, and then it was like Diamonds Are Forever, and then it was like Maleficent, Mommy Dearest, and Basic Instinct with the Sharon Stone's leg opening thing. And we're still like, what is happening?
Why are there these movies?
And then we realized they were doing a drive-in movie theater show. So all the first numbers were, Waiting to Exhale. I mean, that was dramatic.
That was very dramatic.
Yeah, so they were actually acting out movies for us in drag. And one of what's funny is it took us a bit to catch on.
Yeah.
But we actually went for lunch today with a friend and a drag queen, Richie. And we said, that was great how they did movies at the beginning. And Richie's like, huh?
Oh.
So we were not.
It was nice that we weren't the last ones in on the joke.
Yeah, we weren't the only vapid gays who didn't get what the show was doing. They didn't explain it to us. Oh, I hope we didn't cut off. We're still on? Okay, our monitor went down, but we're still on, and we're not done talking.
Never done talking.
So it was great to see the representation of Canada's Drag Race. Brooklyn Heights did an okay job as host.
Yeah, she was hosting. And her outfits were stunning.
Yeah, so was her
She
hair.
really did look beautiful.
She did look beautiful.
Yeah. All the queens did, but like she was dressed like the host.
Yeah, definitely. She had some star power there.
Yeah.
And for RuPaul to pick you to be the host of Canada's Drag Race, that says a lot.
Definitely.
She was the runner-up on
her season of Drag Race.
Drag Race, yeah.
Yeah.
And so Brooklyn Heights, good job hosting the show. And then, all the queens, the numbers, the costumes was really great.
Really, really great.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there was a few people who didn't know their choreo. But I sometimes don't know my choreo, so
it was the last show of the weekend, so I'm sure there was a few shots.
Because they did several shows. They did like a 6 o'clock seating and then the 9:30 seating.
Yeah.
And we were at the 9:30 seating.
Yeah, and I think they did it on Saturday, too.
Mm.
So they had this was probably their 4th show of doing similar things, so they were very loose for the last number.
They were feeling comfortable.
Very comfortable. It was lovely.
As comfortable as you can be with a corset and a tuck.
Exactly.
That's how we actually got to meet Alana and Scarlett Bobo on Friday night, is because they were there doing shows. And this was their first shows of their Cross Canada tour.
Yeah.
So look for their Facebook, and hopefully you can go to one of their drive-in shows. They did a really great job.
Really great. Mm-hmm. It's just a neat experience in general.
So we don't want to do spoilers here, but the show's been out for a couple months now. No, maybe not even a couple months, 6 weeks. But the winner of Canada's first Drag Race,
Priyanka,
someone we've seen in Toronto perform. Maybe I had a friend go on a few dates with, got the inside scoop. But Priyanka was on a kids' TV show, and she is stunning, and she won. And as she let us know last night, she's still waiting for that $100,000 from RuPaul's Drag Race. In Canada, you get more of the money. It's less tax than in the States. So in Canada, you actually get the most money out of any RuPaul season. They're doing it in the UK now. They're doing it in the States and in Canada.
And Holland. They just started a Drag Race Holland.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it just started airing, I believe, last week.
Well, we got to start watching that.
Yeah.
With our friends, we get together once a week and watch these shows. So Priyanka let us know she did not get her money yet. So you got to get her that $100,000.
Yes.
Okay, so we got to talk about what Priyanka did last night.
Which part?
Or what she didn't do. So Priyanka, you are our Canada's Drag Race first winner.
You're a superstar.
Stunning, great outfits, great moves. But I don't know what was happening at the end of the night there.
She,
Well, just picture this. We're at a drive-in, okay? She's performing her song. She is feeling herself.
Just killing it.
Killing it. She looks stunning. And then she goes into the crowd. But the crowd is cars. Right? With a VIP section where people are standing. But she
climbed on top of this person's like white, just regular car that looked like kind of new.
It looked like a very
like
brand
it was
new
at
car.
least clean.
She picked a nice car to climb on. So we're talking climbs onto the hood of a car. And I'm like, I once had a friend who did something on the hood of a car.
And dented it.
I mean, it cost thousands of dollars damage, and that was just from a soft body lying on the top of a car. But here I'm seeing a 6'5" drag queen stomping her heel,
climbing
on the
She
roof.
was standing on the roof.
Yeah, she wiggled on up over the hood.
Yeah. Pulled herself over the windshield.
Yeah, drug herself over the windshield very elegantly.
Very elegant.
And then was stomping on 2 high-heeled stilettos on top of that car.
And then, like, jumped into the splits on the roof of the car.
You could see the heels, just scratching across.
Right across the roof. And it was, like...
So we're watching this happen as she's, doing the splits and dancing on the roof of the car. And I'm thinking, if that was my car, I'd be freaking out. Excited and terrified.
Yeah.
And I was like, that car has to be planted in the audience.
And we found out today that it wasn't.
No, so on Priyanka's Instagram, you can check out the video today, but she posted a video of her crawling across this car, tippy-toeing on stilettos on this roof, and jumping into the splits on the roof of this car. And I want you, when you watch that video, to please zoom in at the looks on the driver and passenger's face, because I think their faces looked exactly like ours did in that moment. So,
happy, excited, horrified, concerned. I also just didn't want her to fall.
Yeah, it was But what a way to end your last show in Calgary.
Seriously, she did that
with some property damage. I think I think her Instagram said, "I hope you have insurance."
Yeah.
And at least they know how to find you when you get that $100,000 Priyanka.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So
yeah.
That was the end of our Calgary time. We went back to our hotel. We were supposed to go to Twisted. We were invited back by the owners and go see the Queens. But we were done.
We've been driving a lot and out all night, all 3 nights at this point. And we're just like, let's watch a movie.
And there was no movie. So
not a movie on TV.
I'm sure you're thrilled if you're still watching the show. We got 5 minutes to go. But we watched South Park.
Yeah, it was great.
3 episodes.
3 episodes of South Park.
Finished a White Claw and went to bed. I don't know what it was, but I woke up looking like we partied at Twisted.
It's true. You should have seen what crawled out of his room.
Oh my gosh. This new weave I'm wearing, I don't know what happened, but it was it curled up. It became like Annette Funicello in Back to the Beach. I don't even know what had happened in the night, because it was a really calm night for us.
It really was really calm, especially for us. And it had its own plans for the evening.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, for sure.
I do want to say, Brandon, this was a really great road trip with you. And we're still here, and we're still being kind to each other.
We are still being kind to each other. We haven't been any farther than this in 4 days, and we still can look at each other. So that's really special.
I am really excited about that. That was a really good road trip.
I agree. I had a lot of fun.
Do you know what? There's nothing I did that I'm ashamed of or feel embarrassed about.
No.
There's one thing you did that was embarrassing and a little bit shameful.
A little bit embarrassing.
That photo shoot in the lobby of our hotel.
I lost my glasses.
In the morning, we found them in the lobby behind the couch. So
that's true.
That's good. We weren't going to talk about that.
No, but I think that
was fair.
If you're still watching, you deserve to know that.
I was in a really good mood the whole weekend, except for one moment.
When was it?
That Tim Hortons.
Oh, yeah. This was traumatic.
We went through drive-through. Tim Hortons. I'm driving a lot. I did all the driving. Oh, you did a little bit from
Edmonton to Calgary.
But I'm doing the driving, and I wanted a coffee, and I'm very specific. I like 2 extra large coffees from Tim Hortons. I'm very Canadian at this moment. And I like 2 Splendas in it and 1 milk and 5 ice cubes in each. My friend Jamie jokes, does that come with an adult diaper? I don't know what he means because coffee does not do that to me, but to him it is a problem.
I guess so.
I don't know, Jamie, but I won't say your last name.
Yeah, that's
so
nice.
we go through the drive-through, and I get my 2 extra large coffees with 5 ice cubes, 2 Splenda, 1 milk. We get in the car. We're back on the highway. We have a time restraint. They gave me a double-double. Both double-doubles. That means 2 cream and 2 sugar.
No Splenda. I can't believe that you made it through such a travesty.
Oh my gosh.
I had to drink sugar.
Do you know what I said? I am not happy. I am not happy. That is a really bad time for me when I want my coffee and I want my artificial sweetener and you're giving me a double-double. That's not what I asked for.
Not what he asked. Not happy.
I am not okay. I do not feel safe. To make this worse, I take these horrible coffees full of cream and real sugar and I put them in the back seat in the little rest. One of them spilled on my action figures and made my car smell like cereal milk.
It did smell like cereal milk.
Yeah.
It was weird.
So, we thought it smelled like jam.
Yeah, it did smell like jam.
It's because all the sugar that I didn't put in my body. So, I didn't get my coffee. Next gas station, I bought a Rockstar. I didn't trust the Tim Hortons.
No.
Yeah, so.
Once burned, twice shy. I couldn't believe that you went through something so hard and came out so strong.
I'm really not a diva. I'm really not a diva. And honestly, Tim Hortons usually does a great job. But that sums up our Simple Life road trip. I hope you understand why we called it that. But that was really great.
It was really great.
Can you believe that's an hour?
I can't believe that's an hour. Yeah. That was really fun.
I hope you had fun. I have some actually great shows lined up for you this week. I'm really hoping to connect with Shannon Phillips and Rachel Notley this week, 2 favorite powerful women of mine in Alberta. And I know they're in town. We've been in communication. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I have another great guest lined up, hopefully for October, to do a little bit more of a serious topic and a very uplifting and positive conversation. So I don't know what you asked for it looks like going into this next season, but I'm happy all the students are back. We're figuring out how to do this safely. We're trying to avoid another shutdown. Tell us what happened in Calgary today. We read over lunch. We
were sitting at lunch and did read a news article that did mention that the one hospital, Foothills, had 18 cases and a death.
So Foothills and Hinshaw said really, it is concerning, and it is concerning. So, I know that some of my friends in the healthcare professional, we know that it has been rumored about another shutdown for November. But remember, we are in phase 2, so it wouldn't be rolling back to, it'd be rolling back to phase 1. So just think about that if we do head into it. I'm trying to keep this conversation light tonight because we're all having that pandemic fatigue. I want you to remind you to take care of your mental health. If you need to talk to a professional, if you need to talk to more than just your friends, just reach out. It's been a hard time for everyone. And you're right, Renee. Double yuck.
Double yuck.
Sorry we didn't see all your conversation or all your comments. We just got a little sidetracked. So happy to be back, bringing some positivity to you Monday nights. I'm Levi Cox, Brandon Sant, and we're here at the Jess FM studios. And thanks for watching. You asked for it. Have a great week, everyone.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.